Hi everyone! I am in my bathroom and I'm finally filming the video as to why we live in Las Vegas. We've only been in Vegas for a couple months now. I know I've been here since like mid-December, and my husband moved finally like the first or second week of February. So he's been here April, and we're like in the middle of April now. So this is the video as to why we moved to Vegas, and it's gonna be more, well, there were a couple of events that kind of led up to the decision to move here in the first place. So David and I got married in 2012. We lived with my parents for a year. We saved up money so that we could buy a house. We ended up getting a townhome in Tustin, California. By the way, I'm from Orange County. So we bought a cute little condo. I mean, it wasn't cute at first. We had to do lots of renovations. And the house was good. It looked good. But there were a lot of things that needed work. So I think it was fall of 2015, we noticed there was like a bubble in our wooden flooring, or a laminate flooring, and it just kept getting worse and worse, and we didn't know what was going on. So pretty much we found out that there was a leak. So we called our homeowner's insurance. They came in, and we had a really bad leak. There was and I hate saying it this way, it was like a little needle hole in one of the pipes. It ruined our entire downstairs of our condo or a townhome or whatever. And pretty much from October until January 1st, or we weren't even allowed to really live there, or we only lived in the upstairs. And so, the homeowner's insurance did provide a lot of food, but we weren't able to use the stove, and we weren't able to work out in our home. So we were just, getting dressed, sleeping in our home, and, we didn't really get to do anything there. So I didn't get to decorate for Christmas or anything like that. So that was a bummer for me. And we did pros and cons. My parents only lived 10 minutes away. And at the time, pretty much my parents are empty nesters now. And so I don't know why this crazy idea came over my head. I said, David, why don't we, it just seems that this condo isn't really worth the time and the money, because our neighbors sucked. And the HOA that I would pay I was paying $400 a month for an association that wasn't doing anything. Our neighbors would poop, not our neighbors, but like our neighbors, the animals would poop on our front door, and we had to pay, we provided a camera so that, we could see where these animals were coming from, and they were our neighbors, but there wasn't anything being done about it. And the dogs would bark, too many animals, nobody was taking care of anything. So, we pretty much decided that we should sell our condo. It looks really nice. It was going to be a quick sell because it was a nice little condo. Sure enough, we sold it, and mid-May, we were out of there and living back with my parents, because they have a big house. My parents live in Santa Ana, and those that know Santa Ana know that there is a lot of land. There's a lot of land in the properties, but my parents had add-ons. So anyways, long story short, they have a big house. We fit in it just fine. All of our furniture fit in there in a room. We had our couch, our king-size bed, our nightstands, our everything. The only thing that we weren't able to bring along with us was, we brought it along, we just never used it, was our old dining set and our tables and, our chairs and stuff. But everything else fit. And we didn't have to get a storage room or anything. Everything fit in my parents' house. Those that know Santa Ana, or where I live, it's really crowded there. So, I was, from time to time I would look in like realtor.com just to see what the market was, what the area was, where we could afford, and pretty much we were starting to see that living in Orange County really wasn't something that was going to happen, or it wasn't going to happen soon. It just looked like every time we kept looking at something, everything that we liked, it was way too expensive. We could afford it in a couple months, but in a couple months that house is going to be more expensive, and vice versa, all of that. So we looked into other locations such as San Diego. We refused Corona. We refused to live there. We thought about maybe San Diego. Yeah, I think that's the only one we thought about, San Diego. We saw this nice little home. We went and looked. We didn't get a realtor, to look with us, but we just drove around the area on our own. When we were like, hey, let's just go to San Diego and take a look around on our own, just to get a feel for the area. So we're not like signing contracts with any realtors or anything like that. And unfortunately, it wasn't a neighborhood that we liked. There weren't any schools nearby. The house looked nice, but the area wasn't nice. It wasn't worth it. It was just like living back where we lived in our condo with with people that just don't take care of their property or their community. And it didn't make sense of making that move if we were just going to be in the same situation. And as much as I love my parents, I don't want to live with them for 2-3 years because they're kind of overbearing. I'm the youngest one. I've done everything they've asked of me, so living with them any longer than I was already was going to drive me absolutely insane. And then work was already driving me insane, and it just didn't make sense. By the way, I'm a preschool teacher. My major in college was early childhood education, so that's what I did. I worked literally a block away from my old condo, and from my parents' house, it was only like a 5-10 minute drive, so it really wasn't a big deal. But I got promoted there. I was part of the administration, and it just got too crazy because I was in the classroom, then I was in the office, and those that work in early childhood development, in schools in general, you do realize that you don't get the respect that you deserve. There's some parents that do care about the work that you put in and loving their children, but a lot of parents don't. And to be honest, it's a thankless job, and I just couldn't see myself doing it any longer than I was. I was losing my mind. I wasn't sleeping. I was cranky all the time. I dreaded getting up in the morning. It took up most of my time. I was never working out. I was eating poorly. So it just, I want to have children someday. That job was making it very difficult to see children in the future, bottom line. So anyways, we never ruled out Las Vegas or Nevada or whatever. My sisters lived here for over 10 years, and they have a great life, and my nephews are here. My sister's one of my best friends, and I miss her all the time. She moved here when I was 16, and I'm 28 now, and they have a huge house here. My sister's a 5th grade teacher. My brother-in-law, I honestly forget what he does, but he works for like the Wyndham. They make good money here, and they have a great life, and they're able to travel. They're able to do a lot of things. The kids are in sports. They come to California, they go to Disneyland, they do a lot of things. Not that we weren't able to do that. We definitely, David and I definitely were able to travel, but as far as like having our own space and having our space when we want it, that seemed like it just seemed like something that wasn't going to happen in the next couple of years. And I'm not getting any younger. I want to have kids soon. We want to have children soon, and it just didn't seem like we were ever going to have the property of our dreams. And that's basically one of the reasons why we moved here. We have some family here. We needed to kind of separate from our parents because David's mom lives nearby also. She doesn't drive. My mom doesn't drive, so guess who gets to drive him around? We do. And not that we aren't grateful for everything that they've done, but it's just time that we need to spread our wings and fly away. Maybe we'll move back to Orange County one day because I absolutely love it. I love Santa Ana. Those are my stomping grounds. And, I do miss it. And I don't miss it. I love having my space here. I do something completely different now. I don't work with children. It seems that every time I go on an interview. Those interviews, I mean, I've been offered a couple positions, but I refuse to take them. And if you're in the early childhood education field, I can tell you right now that you are not going to get compensated what you deserve. Bottom line, you do a lot of work, labor-intensive work, psychological work, and you're not even getting compensated for it. And no, I refuse to do that anymore. No more sleepless nights for me. So that was a main reason. So I basically came here to do something else. Don't know what that is. I'm that person that is good at a lot of things, not sure what I'm great at yet. So I think I might actually go back to school. I might go to UNLV and take an interpreting course to become a court interpreter. It seems like it's going to take a lot of work. I just looked into some of the criteria of the things that I need to know before even taking the exam to be considered to be part of the certificate program. So I have a lot of work to do, or maybe I'll do HR. I currently work for Hilton. I am a vacation advisor. Pretty much I'm a telemarketer right now. I've never done anything like that. It's very nerve-wracking. But I'm not horrible at it, still learning. So I'm doing something a little bit out of my comfort zone, and that's okay because I have an amazing schedule. I get paid pretty okay. I do get paid commission, so as long as I sell, I do, I get compensated well. I wonder if I should do like a part 2 of other reasons as to why we moved to Vegas, because my phone's gonna die. By the way, yeah, I do film everything on my phone, because I do have another camera, but I just haven't even conceived the thought of playing with it right now. It just seems that my phone's easier to kind of work with. But I will do a part 2. Maybe I'll do it with my husband, and that way, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask anything about Vegas. I mean, I know I'm still new, but we've been here a couple times. My sister's lived here for 10 years, so if there's any questions, I'm sure she can answer them. If you guys want any information as far as maybe wanting a realtor, I can always contact Erin, or I can give you the information to contact Erin. She is awesome. She is, she's not gonna sugarcoat anything for you. She is very diligent, she is smart, and she's fast. So that's an amazing thing. So any questions, anything you need to know, want to know, ask down below. I'll try to get back to you guys as soon as possible, and I'll make another video, and hopefully maybe David won't mind joining along. And have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you guys some other time.